Hey guys, welcome to Total Row Yoga Fusion. Today's class we're going to be talking all about the feet. So go ahead and roll those yoga mats out and let's get started. We're going to start standing today. It's only going to be a 30-minute class. So we're going to start standing today at the top of the mat and we'll go over our warm-up. Just standing in the top third of the mat. And just separating the feet so that they're about hips width distance apart. You can bring your hands to your hips or just have them down by the sides. And let's actually start with a few shoulder circles. So we'll inhale, roll the shoulders up to the ears, and then exhale, relax them down and back. And do that a couple more times just to relieve any tension that you might be holding up in the shoulders. And then from here, we're just going to begin by rocking some weight forward and backwards in the feet. So you can start off with a very gentle sway, really small movement. So you're waking up the toes and the arches of the feet and the balls of the feet. And then as you feel more comfortable with this rocking, you can start to let it expand by rocking forward as far as you can. Your heels might slightly lift off the mat and then rocking back as far as you can. It's probably not going to feel like you're going back very far, but you want to go back as far as you can and start to feel the micro movements in your ankles that keep you stable. So we'll be here for just a few more seconds as you guys experiment gently with this rocking forward and rocking back. And then we'll find a comfortable spot in the middle. So about half the weight in the front of the feet, half the weight in the back of the feet. And then from here, we'll just bring the hands to the hips, shift the weight over into your right foot, come to your left toes, and just extend this leg forward some and point and flex. Nice, I'll turn and face you guys so you can see, point and flex a few times. And then we're also going to do this side to side motion, very small. So we're just kind of like turning the foot side to side, just waking up those ankles, and then taking it into 3 circles one direction, and then 3 circles the other direction. And we'll do the same thing with this other foot. So you're going to drop the left foot, shift the weight into your left foot, and then extend the right leg and just start by pointing, flexing, going for full range of motion here. And then come into that side to side movement, just at the ankle joint. Try not to move the knees or the hips. We're just doing this gentle side to side movement. Perfect, and then a couple circles one way and then switch direction, a couple circles this way. Excellent work. So you're standing at the top of the mat. With an inhale, we'll reach the arms up, big stretch up. And then we'll exhale, dive forward into a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Let's sweep the arms all the way out, stand all the way up. Palms touch at the top. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do that again. Keep the hands together at heart center. Press the palms together and inhale, reach up. And exhale, dive forward, forward fold, inhale, half lift, and exhale, fold. Good, bend the knees, sweep the arms out to the sides and stand all the way up. Palms touch at the top, exhale, hands to heart center. Go ahead and separate the feet a little bit wider, drop the hands, and let's just swing it out. Arms are dead weight. And you can go as slow or as fast as you'd like here. You should feel this in the spine and the hips. Maybe a little bit in the knees. If you feel any pain at all, just slow it down. You don't have to go as hard or as fast. And then coming back to center, interlace the hands behind you. With an inhale, reach the knuckles back, lift the chest up, and exhale, hinge forward from the hips. As we come down into a forward fold, those knuckles are going to reach up towards the ceiling. Big breath in here. And exhale, release the hands, fingertips to the floor. Inhale, half lift. We're going to come into a twist. Exhale, right hand to the mat, left hand to your low back. You can bend the right knee, straighten the left leg. Good. Big breath in. And exhale, switch sides. This time your left knee is bent, right leg is straight. Big breath in. And go ahead and drop this hand down. Grab onto the front edge of your mat, turn your toes out, and let's sink the hips down. Just into our yogi squat. So I grab onto the front edge of the mat just as a little cheat. It kind of helps you out. If you want, you can also bring the hands together at heart center. From here, you should feel the front of your legs, your shins sort of fire up to keep you balanced. We're gonna take a big breath in, inhale, lift all the way up, and we're just gonna do a few reps of that yogi squat. So you can keep the hands together at heart center, or bring your hands out in front of you. Big breath in, exhale, sink the hips down. Inhale, stand it right back up. Exhale, sink the hips down. Inhale, stand it right back up. And then on this third one, we're gonna sink the hips down and hold. Little challenge here, lift up about an inch, hold. Again, you can bring the hands together at heart center. If you need to adjust the feet and separate them wider, that's perfectly fine. Hold here. Squeeze the legs together into the elbows, but have your elbows pressed back into the legs. And breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and place the hands on the floor, and let's just step those feet back into your plank pose. From here, hold your plank, your hips in line with the shoulders. You can separate the feet some for balance if you need to. Take a big breath in here, exhale, hold. So we're just warming up the core here. Belly is engaged, press down through the hands, broaden across the shoulder blades. You want to feel nice and stable here. And then moving into our slow motion push-up. Big breath in. And exhale, rock forward on the toes, bend the elbows down by the sides, and let's slowly lower down all the way to the mat. Point the toes, inhale, lift chest and hands first. So we're warming up that spinal cord. Big breath in, and exhale, lower down. For this first one, we can press up on our knees, lift the hips up, downward facing dog. So find your downward dog here, a little bit more core work. Straighten both legs with an inhale, roll forward plank. Exhale, hips up, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward plank. And exhale, hips up, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, roll forward plank. And exhale, hips up, downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk those feet to the front of the mat. When you get there, inhale to half lift. And exhale, fold. Heel toe the feet apart. Grab onto your elbows and we'll just sway side to side here, stretching out through the hamstrings and the low back. Relax the head, so we're just gazing in between the legs. And then release the elbows, inhale to half lift. You can bring the hands to the knees and then press off the thighs to come all the way to stand. Roll the shoulders up, down, and back. Find mountain pose once again. So we're here, mountain pose. Just take a second to sort of recoup. Find your feet about shoulders width distance apart or closer. Relax the hands down by the sides. So mountain pose is the first balance posture that we'll sort of go over. It's a very basic posture. We do it all the time. It's just standing. The difference between standing and mountain pose is the engagement. So we're starting with the feet, pressing the feet down into the floor. You'll hear some teachers say like 4 corners of the feet or 3 corners of the feet, and that's basically just those 2 spots. You can see my foot, 2 spot on the bottom of the feet, and then on the heel of the foot as well. And you can imagine 1 spot there or 2 spots there, just however it helps you to think of a solid foundation. And so you have, I usually tend to lift my toes some and then lower them back down. And when I lift, spread them out and then lower back down and relax. And then that's the setup I have in my feet for pretty much every standing posture that we do in yoga. So once you're there, your quads are engaged, lifting the kneecaps up towards the ceiling this way. Belly is engaged as if you're gonna cough or sneeze, but you want to continue to breathe there. So your transverse abs are going to tighten up. You're going to feel that engagement as if you're sucking in, but you should still be able to take a full deep breath. Shoulders are relaxed, so your fingertips reach actively downward. You want really nice posture here, so think of reaching the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. And if you have a wall nearby you at your house, a great thing you can do is just put your back against the wall, and you should have the back of the head, shoulder blades, hips, or tailbone pressing against the wall along with the heels of the feet. So this is our mountain pose, first balance posture to go over. Once you feel comfortable in mountain pose, of course with all of these, you have the option to hold and breathe for as long as you want and just focus on that. Once you feel comfortable in mountain pose with the eyes open, just try closing them for a second. You might feel a subtle difference. You could try closing them now while I'm talking through this. But you'll notice with the eyes closed that your feet start to do a lot of tiny little micro adjustments just to keep you in one place. We depend heavily on our eyesight for staying balanced, so as soon as you take that away, you'll start to feel some adjustments in the body to sort of compensate for the lack of that sense. So here in mountain pose, I'm going to turn this way so you guys can see. We're going to come on to one foot. Go ahead and open your eyes if they're not open. We don't want to balance on one foot with eyes closed just yet. It helps to have your hands either on your hips or out to the side. Whatever you choose, make it a deliberate choice. So we're practicing mindfulness here. You have the deliberate choice of placing your hands where you think they will be best to serve you throughout this practice. And then we'll shift the weight into our right foot. Sort of lift the toes, spread them out, and place them back down. And then important for balance is to find your drishti or a focal point. So you can just pick a spot on the floor in front of you to stare at. Hopefully something that's not moving. And then we'll slowly bring the left thigh parallel to the ground. So from here, I find my posture again. Reach up through the crown of the head. Lift this knee as high as you can. And we're just balancing on the right foot. Once I get to this point, I like to open up my hands. And then I come into some hip circles. Just to loosen up through this left hip. Have a little bit of freedom, but that also challenges the right leg. Go ahead and switch direction of your circles. And you should feel all of those micro adjustments in your right foot, holding you nice and steady. Go ahead and bring this left knee back forward. Let's hug the knee into the chest. Lift this knee up as high as you can. Keep your left foot flexed. Big breath in. And then exhale, let's kick this leg back. Warrior 3. Also known as balancing stick. From here, same idea, lots of micro adjustments in this right foot, and you might even feel those adjustments travel all the way up the leg. Your arms can be out to the sides like airplane wings or in line with the ears. You want to try to keep your body in a straight line parallel to the floor and really strong standing leg here. We're going to come back up in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bring this knee back forward. Try not to touch that foot to the ground. Hug the knee into the chest. And exhale, drop this left foot down. Before you shake it out, just shift the weight slowly into your left foot. Stand in mountain pose, both feet on the floor, and just sort of tune in, mindfulness. And feel the difference between both feet. You should feel like your right foot might be kind of like throbbing or tingling from all of the work that it had to do to hold yourself steady. So now we're going to do the other side. Starting off, hands on the hips if you'd like. Shift the weight into your left foot. Make sure you have that firm base in your left foot. So lift the toes, spread them out, and then lower them back down. Find your focal point. And bring your right thigh parallel to the ground. Using just the muscles in your core, your psoas, lift this knee up as high as you can as you push down through the left foot. And then go ahead and open the arms out. Let's circle the right knee around. I usually do 3 times going out and 3 times going in. Once you've done that, we'll just bring this right knee back forward, hug the knee into the chest. Lift that chest up, lift the knee up, push down through the left foot. And then kicking back into Warrior 3, go ahead and release the shin, open the arms out to the sides, right leg travels back behind you. You're just hinging forward from the hips. Find your Warrior 3, arms out to the sides or in line with the ears. Flex that back foot so your toes are pointing down. And we'll hold there. Lots of movement in that left ankle. Hold and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. We're just going to kick it right back up. So open those hands out. Bring your right knee back into the chest. Try not to touch that foot down. Oop. And we'll hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and drop the foot down. Same thing in mountain pose. Just shift the weight slowly back into your right foot. Take a moment to pause here. Perfect. And then if you want, you can go ahead and shake out that left foot. So as you probably learned, one foot's always easier than the other. I balance on my right foot a lot easier than my left foot, so you saw maybe a lot more shaking in the left side than in the right side, and that's perfectly okay. We're just bringing our attention and awareness to our body and the things that make us unique in ourselves. Rather than trying to focus on changing them, we're just focusing on learning more about who we are. So from here, we're in mountain pose. With an inhale, we're going to reach the arms up. Small back bend at the top if you want it. And exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale to half lift. And step the feet back, plank pose. This time we're going to do a slow motion push-up all the way to the floor. Big breath in, exhale, lower down. If you can, we're going to hover about an inch away from the floor. Squeeze those elbows in, hover and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower everything back down. Point the toes, lift the chest up, cobra pose. Big breath in, lower down. Go ahead and lift those kneecaps up off the floor. Squeeze those elbows in. 1 strict push up. Press up through your plank and hips up. Downward facing dog. Step those feet together. Inhale, roll forward plank pose. Exhale, hips back. Twice more. Inhale, roll forward plank. Exhale, hips back. And inhale, roll forward plank. And exhale, hips back. Go ahead and tippy toe step or hop your feet to the front of the mat. Half lift when you get there. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sweep the arms out to the side, stand all the way up. Palms touch at the top. And exhale, hands come down to heart center. Find your mountain pose. So we'll start off with some balance again. But this time I have a little bit of a longer sequence for you guys. So starting off in mountain pose, go ahead and bring the hands to the hips. Find your drishti or your focal point, and then shift the weight into your right foot. Once you feel ready, we're just going to lift this left knee, bringing the left thigh parallel to the ground. We're moving into tree pose first. So what I like to do is take my left hand, grab onto my left ankle, and then I just pull my foot in as high up on my right thigh as I can, and bring the hands together at heart center. So go ahead and come into tree pose. Just for your front facing view, you have your left thigh parallel, grab onto the left ankle, and just pull this foot in, pressing that foot into your right inner thigh. Hands come together at heart center. Press the thumbs into the sternum to lift the chest. Keep those shoulders relaxed and crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling. So we're holding tree pose here. Again, lots of micro adjustments and engagement in that right foot. Coming up, we're going to move into our hand big toe pose. So we're just going to take those first 2 fingers, peace sign fingers of your left hand. Reach down and grab onto your left big toe. And then we're just going to come back up. My left foot's out to the side. From here, open your right hand out to the side. And we're just going to kick this left foot straight out to the side, trying to straighten the leg as much as possible. Again, hold that if you got it. I'm going to show you guys front view. So we're in tree pose. Your right hand's going to come out to the side. This is also a great place where if you have a strap, you can loop your strap around your foot. Otherwise, we're here. This is a great stopping point. From here, you can work on straightening this leg. Just straight out to the side. Press through that foot to lift that leg. Press down through your right leg and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bend this knee, and we'll just slowly press this foot down into the floor. Take your time switching sides. Do a little check-in. Feel the difference in each foot. And then same thing other side. Hands to the hips, shift the weight into your left foot. Right thigh comes parallel to the ground. Externally rotate so your right knee points towards the side. Grab onto that ankle and just press the right foot into the left thigh. Press your left foot down into the floor. Hands come together at heart center. Chest is lifted, shoulders relaxed, and crown of the head reaching towards the ceiling. So again, if you were at the wall, there's a wall right behind you. Back of the head, shoulder blades, hips, all pressing into that wall. Maybe even your right knee would be pressing into that wall. Transitioning now, hand to big toe pose. Left arm comes out to the side, peace sign fingers on your right hand. Reaches down, grab onto that big toe, and just start off opening up to the side. Again, you can hold here with the knee bent, or work to straighten this right leg. Lots of focus. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and come back out of that. Bend that knee. Release the toe. And with as much control as you can, place that right foot back down onto the floor. Find mountain pose. Excellent work, you guys. You just need to shake it out. Go ahead and shake it out. You can do some ankle circles, point and flex, just whatever feels good. And then from here, separate the feet. We're gonna come back into that yogi squat. So separate the feet, toes point out to the sides. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, sink the hips down. Yogi squat. You can grab on to the front edge of the mat. Another little trick you can do here is just to roll up the front edge of your mat and place your heels on the mat. We're gonna do a little twisting here, so I recommend heels to the mat if it's hard for you to balance. Bring your right hand out to the side, left arm's gonna come up. You can hold this position where you're twisted. If you wanna take a bind, you'll drop this right hand around, reach around with your bottom arm and grab onto your fingertips. Chest is open to one side and hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release the bind. Come right back forward. Same thing other side. So I'll show you guys the bind on this side. Left fingertips out to the side. Right arm is going to come up. You can hold that or wrap your bottom arm around. Top arm is going to come down and find your fingertips and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release, come back forward, straighten those legs, hands to the floor, unroll the mat if it's rolled up, and then let's just sink the hips back down and rock back onto our bottom, stretching the legs out in front of us. Hands come back behind you, and we'll just do a little ankle work here. Drop the toes side to side, and together and away from each other. Excellent work. Bring the feet together, or actually let's bend the knees. We're going to come into our reverse tabletop first. So bend the knees, place the feet flat on the floor. Turn your hands so that your thumbs face forward. And with an inhale, lift the hips up, reverse tabletop. Exhale, lower the hips back down. Twice more. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, lower back down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Go ahead and straighten the legs. You can do what we just did in reverse tabletop, or you can come into reverse plank with me. Go ahead and point the toes. Inhale, lift the hips up. Legs are straight, hips are as high as you can get them. And exhale, lower back down. Twice more. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, lower down. Last time, this time we're gonna hold. Inhale, point the toes, lift up, hold. Try to get those toes to point the floor. Legs are as straight as you can get them, hips as high as you can get them. Hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower hips back down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flatten out that back. And exhale, relax forward. You can grab onto the shins, ankles, or feet. And just breathe here. Each inhale will take you up some. Each exhale will take you a little deeper. And then we'll go ahead and come right back up. Bend the knees. Let the knees fall out to the sides as you bring the soles of the feet together, butterfly pose. And take your hands and just give yourself a little bit of a foot massage here. If you need to slide the feet away some, feel free. We did a lot of work with the feet today, so throwing in this little foot massage at the end, it's just a way to show like a sense of gratitude for your body. You can kind of rub the thumbs along the arches of the feet or play around with the toes and press into the balls of the feet or press into the heels, really anything that feels good. And you can even take it up into the ankles and the calves and the shins. And then we'll just pull the feet in nice and close as you comfortably can. Press the feet together, and you can use your hands to clamp around those toes. Press the feet together and lift the chest up so you have a nice flat back here. Take a big breath in and exhale, fold forward. Try to keep that back nice and flat, crown of the head reaching up. Imagine you just have like a line coming out of your chest and you're just dragging your chest straight forward, not down. Go ahead and release that. We're going to slide the feet away about 2 or 3 inches. We're going to do another forward fold, but this time round back forward fold. So inhale, lift up, and exhale, forward fold, round the back this time. So you're actually thinking down with the forehead. And hold there for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and come back up. Use your hands to pull those knees together. And let's go ahead and roll back onto our back. So you can grab on behind the thighs, roll back into your back, hug the knees into the chest, and rock a little side to side. Happy baby. So just like we did before, peace sign fingers, those first 2 fingers, grab onto your big toes. And we're just going to bring the bottoms of the feet to face the ceiling. Pull the knees down towards the armpits. Hold here. And just breathe. You can continue your rocking side to side. It should feel pretty nice in the inner thighs and the hips. If you want to play around with stretching out through the hamstrings, you can straighten one leg and then switch sides and straighten the other leg. Maybe try straightening both legs. And hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees. Go ahead and release the toes. And let's make our way into Savasana. So we'll stretch those legs out, hands down by the sides. You can choose to lay down for Savasana. If you prefer to do seated meditation, then you can just sit up, sit cross-legged, and come into like we'll do about 1 minute of Savasana here. So wherever you are, just laying flat on the back or seated, you have the option to close your eyes if you feel comfortable with that. Otherwise, you can just have a soft gaze towards the floor or the ceiling. Just let the muscles behind the eyes sort of relax. Or let the space between the eyebrows relax as well. Let the jaw relax. And just allow yourself to be here and be present for the next few seconds, letting everything relax to the best of your ability. No more engagement in the muscles, no more control over the breath. We're just letting all of that go and finding a sense of gratitude for getting ourselves through this class today. You can let go of the breath as well. Your body will breathe naturally for you. And let go of your thoughts. Just have your thoughts go in one ear and out the other. Whatever comes up, you can make the choice to let it go. And then we'll slowly wake ourselves back up, maybe wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, ankle circles, wrist circles, batting the eyes open if you decided to close them. If you're laying down, go ahead and bend the knees and just pick your favorite side and roll over into fetal position. And then using as little energy as possible, bring yourself up into this comfortable seated position, hands together at heart center. Bow the chin down to the chest and take a moment to thank yourselves for doing this 30-minute yoga fusion class today. Hopefully you learned something, and hopefully we'll see you guys again for our next video. Again, my name is Jackie. Feel free to check us out on social media. Namaste.